Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are after a few days of building, getting, like I say, got our skyline sort of started. We got our one little motorization going, sort of elevator works and everything. I'm really digging this one. It's starting to get pretty cool. Got our little witch over here. Got the tower bridge. Pin it that way. Running out of cord length here. But yeah, the tower bridge, and I think there's going to end up being Big Ben and some other structures. But yeah, looking really good. I'm really so far really pleased with it. Not surprised. Like I say, it's a ROKR product. I'm a big mark for them. Not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, but I say that's. But if you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures, how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, just building silly little models, having a bit of fun. If you've seen any kits or builds or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add on my list. And I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. But we're ready to move on to some more building here. Got our little London sign to go. And pretty straightforward. And somewhere I put down my specs so I can now put those back on where I can see. Okay, so I start with our wooden section, and you go through the O. And this one clicks into the lower section of this one. Yeah. There it goes. This is one of those particle board pieces, so I'm always a little bit worried about them breaking, because they'll tear rather than break. Let's see, then you into there, and this guy into that guy. Get it nice and thin so we got good support. Yeah. Now what am I doing? Okay, so we got our, let's see, the little plastic cover bit. Got some tabs. There they are. Top and bottom, so I should pop into those guys. Those guys snap in place. Not pressure fit or anything, I think just sort of squeeze in. Okay. And these guys on the sides. They swing both ways. Oh, yeah, definitely not holding it in. Yeah, okay, so our same both ways, so I'm just going to put them, get the piece number written on the side there, so I'll just put that to the inside. Maybe hide it a little bit. Same over here. Work our way down. And then our front cover. Got some details on here, I'm assuming. Okay, got the arrows pointing down. So see those two arrows down there, they're supposed to go. Yeah. Okay, let's get a couple of them on. They should all line up. Yeah. And they do. Now, over here to our subway station. Goes in front of it onto, this is where, okay, and the lights go up either side. Got a little gap there. So our light strings go up through those. And alright. And this one, wild child here. I guess I better do it first since it's got more of a lead for me. Right there. Okay, pull you through. And you on onto that side. Ease our way down. Onto our footing there. Alright. Now that's in place, definitely got to light it back up. That. Knock everything over while I'm doing it. Just got the short USB cable, so. Oh yeah, it gets a nice little glow on the there. Yeah, definitely gonna not as bright in person as usual. My camera has better dark vision than I do, but still it's well illuminated for sure. And on the button. Alright. You're good. Yeah, that much easier than I thought I was going to, but now we get to what I gotta do and don't here. Okay, it's just saying make sure this light doesn't sag down. We want to make sure it goes all the way up. So, of course, I've got my little glue spot right there, so I didn't. It was a little bit. I think that saved me yet again, and that does. I feel they're just poking up right there, so it made it to the top. And then okay. Back here we got this one. Bring it down and goes into this little notch there to lock it in place. Down and over, yep, like that. It's very wobbly, so I'm looking forward to getting something on top of it to hold it in place. And that's the end of page 18. Okay, I guess that's all we're doing with it for right now. Okay, so I'm gonna try and find a place where this thing maybe won't hit everything. Just sort of spin it around here to keep it contained somewhat, maybe. Alright, so, and now, on to 19, which is the beginnings of our Ferris wheel. These doodads. And let's see here. So we want wax inside here and on this one, and then on the gear teeth of this one, and the gear teeth of that one. Yeah. Yep. So it doesn't actually call for the wax on this part, but if I'm going, I might as well go all out. Brush. Thaw it out. Thaw it in the right word. Melt the wax that's already on there. Okay, just a little touch on the inside there. I think I'll do a little bit here, a little bit there, just to get a little extra on the contacts. So then you. Wax on that. And that. Usual, all the teeth here. I think I got them all. A little excess right here. Let's clean that up maybe. Okay, looks okay. And then last but not least, little guy. Okay. Well, now, so we're going this side. We put yes through here. The big one with the details on this side. The little ones. Getting a little snug there, but still slides on. And you. And this is the one that goes into here. This one. There. And this one, no details on it, so I'm just going to do it facing. Yeah, this is where I'll have to do this. Get the screwdriver out. Little screws, so should be good with this one. Okay, so biting right there. I'm going to spin it around a little bit to get that wax worked in. On the inside. See, it sort of didn't overdo it this time, so it is working. Oh. What better on this side? Probably not. That's moving pretty freely, so I think I shouldn't have no trouble with the motor pushing that. Yeah. All right. Now you go back here on the back section here into these slots, I believe. No, these slots. And with the gear, the big gear facing the front. Okay. I'm gonna go all the way down through the bottom here to here. And then ready for the next batch of pieces. These guys, lock them in. And 3. Okay, that one there. I think got a little more. A little squeeze on that one to make it work. There we go. Oops. Get back to the Toy Story. I hear they're going to remove the Toy Story watch face from it whenever I update to the next software, so I figured get my money's worth out of it. Okay, yeah, that's okay. So there's a place for a gear to go right here, so that's where we're gonna tie in. It'll be doop doop. That may be. Oh, that's what we're doing right now. Okay, makes sense. Got you. Okay, so get our little depth gauge, and this goes into 3. It says this one. And wax on our gear. Don't appear to have any excess there, so that's good. And I'll actually do the face of this one too, just because it's going to be up against the, I think it will. Yeah, probably some friction on there. So. On both sides, won't hurt nothing. I got a bubble in there. Okay. Okay. So then you go on top of that. You got this guy. And this guy. Really lock that one down. Get this gear here. And you're going to go in, like I was just saying, from this piece to this piece. And it's going to tie into those teeth right there. Which way is it facing in? Yeah, okay, so the spacer going that way. So a few down there. And in. And, of course, that means I got to plug it back in and go again. I guess this is plugged on the right side over here. Yep. Appears to be working fine. No hiccups or anything so far. And I didn't need to wax the side of that gear because it's not touching anything. Alright, live and learn. Okay, so that part's working. And that concludes 19. On to 20. Won't be long till I get you back, so I'm going to leave you close by. You that get up there. This guy through there. And this one. And this goes in here. Grading action going. And this base plate onto there. Now you go down into this one and hook around to the side there. So here. Get you out. Ease you back on. Sort of lines up to brace on here. That's not connected on this side of either one of those, but I think what it does is got the potential to do some bracing here. Not even sure what that's supposed to be yet. Okay, and then the bottom half. 20 should be a pretty quick day, it looks like. So you are in this guy, like so, goes in to this one. Okay, well, yeah. And it's supposed to, okay, go over to the top of our, well, it's got to be Parliament because it's connected to Big Ben, but that's where the other end goes. So let's see where it goes. Ends up at here. So you're in there. Not very willingly. That is right. Yep. Very snug fit on this one. And not much to to wiggle with. Okay, hit this side too, maybe line up here. It'll be more willing to line it over there. Okay, there we go. I just really force it to wiggle whether it wants to or not. Now, this one here down onto this middle stud there. You end up. Oh, I think this is actually supposed to go. Yep, hang on. It's supposed to go to the second notch down here, so. Okay, that fits better too, so that makes sense. Then this one goes into the top notches. Okay, so there we go. And that's what's going to feed into our little flip-flopper from yesterday. Okay, let's see if I can get that bell to ring on this one. Okay, so this one here. Not that time. Let's see. I'm going to go the other way. Okay, got a little bell ring that time. So it seems to be intermittent bell ringing, just going to depend on luck of where it lands. Is that all the pieces I moved? Yep, that is everything for this. That's all for 20. Really getting crowded in there now. Sort of, I'm digging it. Lots of details to look at. Cool. All right, on to 21. Got a few bits and bobs for this one. The first appearance of our little spacer shim dealios. Those things. And it's a biplane. All kinds of goodies here. Okay. What are we doing? Okay, so you, like so, and you just go down into it. Blank side, go into it like so. And we're supposed to wax this general area. It always takes a second to get that. Well, that wax hardens up real quick on that paintbrush. Okay, so through here, nice, even, fairly thick coat, but not. I don't think it's overkill. Now G14 goes in down here. I forgot to spread out, so let's come back in. I think I forgot to do that last night too. And you going on here and there. Everybody to line up and play nice. There we go. Okay, we're about to put a paddle wheel in here, so I think I need wax over there. I should need it on this side too, so I'm gonna sneak some in there just because I don't think it'll hurt nothing to get it there. Okay, now plain pieces out of the way. This guy. Oh, it's another flip-flopper, okay. Tab up arrow down with the gap on that side. Okay. And likewise, just like keeping the gap lined up on the other two. Okay, and the plane, okay, the plane as it flip-flops is the plane's gonna pivot back and forth. That'll be a cool feature. Get everybody to line up and play nice. Okay. Now, so this is going to go, okay, so that's where the gaps go in place. They're going to be, have this out front. Okay. Oh, okay. Now this one on flush with the end. And on there, and through there. And I put our engine, our propeller. Then we'll do our spacers. Sort of lock in on that little notch in there. And we put these on, this on top there. And we pull the spacer, and that should give us enough freedom for it to get, I think, yeah, nice flip-flop action there. Okay, cool. Wasn't sure how that was going to come together when I started pulling the airplane piece. Now, moving down to the bottom half. There it goes. And I think I missed a piece. Yeah, I got 15 but not 16. Let's see. D. Yep, here we go. Forgot one. Fortunately, it was the first one I needed on this page, so it was easy to spot. I didn't have it. Okay. Smooth off the birds a little bit. And blank side here. Evidently. Okay, I missed some other ones. Some on the other C too here. Let's see. 24. Yep, 2 of these. Okay. Sort of. I've been revisiting. Actually, I've never removed my old iTunes music from my phone, and I sort of stumbled onto that it was still there, so I sort of got into the playlist while I was pulling pieces, and I'm betting a good song came on when I started doing this one. I got distracted. Okay, so you go into the side here. I've also found several songs that I think that I decided I needed to delete. They weren't controversial or anything, but it's like I can't believe I ever liked that music. You know, I'm looking at that. That doesn't suit me. That's too. I need. I need. I'm gonna get some flash in there. Let's do silver. Just should be able to do. Okay, that's the lines. Just a little touch of color. See how that goes over. Okay, I need to color much more of it. Let's go pretty much to the edge, okay. Yeah, I like having that little contrast back there. Maybe a little more right there. Black or red or something may work better, but I think don't want to be too ostentatious. Because I'm adding silver to a wood model. Okay. Yeah, let's say make it sort of look, maybe look like a window or something in there. I don't know, just sort of felt it needed something to contrast it there. Okay, where am I? I lost my place. Alright, so right here, back to the front side, and 4 of these guys. I'm going in here. Don't look right. We got the wrong piece there too. Yep. I got 14 instead of 15. I just saw the 15 and went to that one. Okay. This step has been something else with this page, I guess. Okay, and these guys, yeah, that looks more like the piece in the picture. And these guys up here. In person you get more shadows. It's not looking directly at the light. You get sort of, there is some contrast on that that isn't really showing up on camera. Alright. Now you go. Okay, so our Wild Child light string comes up through this hole. And we're not doing anything else with it at this point. So we're locking this one down. There. And 2 more right here. That's our that end. We've got our little barnstormer in flying through the city. And thought I used these for something. Looks like there's a spot for them, but we're not. Okay, that must be on the next page. I think I combined those. Yes, I did. Okay. Oh, that's what it is. I skipped that step. I see that now because I didn't get enough. Because now I don't have enough of these pieces left. Okay. Because we got 3, need 4 more. Okay. I'm going to quit listening to music while I pull these pieces. Okay. So, our target goes. Okay. In here to that one. Okay, that's probably locking down that platform too. That's probably one of those keys that does that. There we go. Okay, a little wiggle and a jiggle and it goes in there. There we go. This lines up the top of our little tower thing there. Alright. And this piece is the one I was needing, so okay. So our wild child is going to be going that way. First things first, we get our shingles in here. I don't know what else to call them. Sort of what it looks like to me is shingles. Oops. Okay. Now, this is where our wild child comes into play. Go in and out here, then back out there. So, through there. I think. Yeah, I think I was trying to do that after the fact, but maybe I should be able to tighten it up once it's in place. So, put on there, and back out this one. Down there. Okay, now lining these guys up. See? think it's gonna work. Ah, all right. We got that going. Let's snug these lights up just a little bit more. And up here. Okay. Looks pretty good in there. And about to move on to something else, so let's see how it looks with when we light them up. Let's see here. Well, once again, it's not as bright in person as it is in there. It's going to do a good job of lighting it, like our little barnstormer or whatever you want to call that biplane situation. Alright, cool. I'll say one more little bit and we'll call it a night. So this ramp, another ramp situation. Little details, nothing. Okay, so hang on. I was supposed to get 3 of those, and I didn't. There's another 2. Actually, I did. I got 2 of them. Nice. Alright, so you guys go in. The arrow's facing that way. On top of it. On this end, a little semicircular design there. Just kind of plopping down off the end. And this side we got 2 that way, you straight through. Okay. And then you go. Okay. Let's see here. Should be okay. It's going into that slot right there underneath the arrow. This way, and this guy hooks onto that tab. And first, alright, I did say it right on down. Okay, and then we're gonna, other end's gonna go into our ramp over here. Alright. Alright, let's I'm almost ready to call it because I think that got 2 ramps. Ooh, we actually got a ding. And this one, that side. And work situation. Still got plenty of slack left on our Wild Child white string. But yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how this one's coming together. I'm liking the whole design. I like the compact nature of it. I think I talked about it last night. This footprint of this is smaller than most of the marble runs I've done. I do like that because this actually looks like it's going to be able to fit on a reasonably sized shelf. It's not going to take a deep shelf to fit in. And I really think this one's going to be one that I display prominently because I'm really digging all the looks here. So, like I say, all the buildings and all the, all our little gimmicks. Yeah, like I say, barely get to see our little witch in there at this point. And of course, same with our subway. They put all those detail into those guardrails and everything, and we just barely get a view of that. This is one of those you're really going to have to pick up and look at to see all the ins and outs of it. I think that's cool. I see our whole. At some point we're going to have marbles running down our central river. I guess maybe that's supposed to be the Thames. Thames River Thames. I always want to mispronounce it, and I'm usually not. The Thames. I'm pretty sure that's right. I'm having self-doubt now. Still. And there is something, I sort of peeked ahead on the, I'm getting less motion from our, okay, no, it's just jammed. This little mechanism down here is still confusing me. I'm not sure what we're supposed to be doing with that. They do show, I peeked ahead and they just show the little marble catcher thing. That's what an access point for that. But like I said, I don't see where there'd be any, unless a marble falls off and gets in here by accident. But I still don't understand the mechanism. Because we got this little tray we built, but it doesn't appear to be lined up with any holes on the inside. So I'm really looking forward to see how that ties in. It may just be what do you call it? A fidget toy aspect of things. But who knows? If I say we will when we get all done. But I'm going to quit my rambling now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share, do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another, stay safe, and click on a link. There's my channel over there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel if you see me do experiments a couple times a month. Over there is what YouTube thinks you should be watching, and that is the playlist for this whole build. I'll see you tomorrow.